What's up, y'all? World's Okayest guitar player here. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to play the people's chords. The G, the C, and the D chords in the open position. These chords are like everywhere in pop music, rock music, blues, country, bluegrass. It doesn't really matter. These chords are everywhere. And you might have recognized that chord progression at the beginning because that was Let Her Cry by Hootie and the Blowfish from like 30 years ago at this point.
Way back in the long, long ago.
But it was a super popular song, super popular chord progression. So let's dive right in and learn how to play these chords. The first chord we're going to learn how to play is the G chord, and this can be played like 50 million ways. I'm going to show you the way that I play it, and then I'm going to show you the other ways to play it as well. So the way that I play the G chord is I take my ring finger and I put it in the 3rd fret of the low E string. I take my middle finger, put it in the 2nd fret of the A string, and then I take my pinky finger and I put it in the 3rd fret of the high E and strum all 6 strings. Now, an alternative way to play the G chord, which you're gonna see a lot, is by taking your pointer finger, putting it in the 2nd fret of the A string, your middle finger, and putting it in the 3rd fret of the low E, your ring finger putting it in the 3rd fret of the B, and your pinky finger goes in the 3rd fret of the high E, and again strum all 6 strings. Another way to play the G chord is basically taking this shape right here and substituting your ring finger on the high E and strumming all 6 strings. So really there's no wrong way to play the G chord, it's just your preference, whatever is more comfortable for you to play. The next chord we're going to learn is the C major chord. And the way that we play that is we're going to take our ring finger and we're going to put it in the 3rd fret of the A. We're going to take our middle finger, put it in the 2nd fret of the D, and we're going to take our index finger, and put it in the 1st fret of the B string, and we're going to strum from the A string down. And one thing to do is, so that low E isn't ringing out, is to use your ring finger to rest up against the low E so it's muted. That way you don't have to worry about not hitting the low E string and it ringing out whenever you don't want it to. So what you want to do with the G and the C is just go slow, strum, and practice transitioning between those two chords. So we'll start with the G and go to the C. And one thing that helped me transitioning was to focus on getting my fingers that are fretting the lower strings mashed down first, because that's my pick is hitting those strings before it's hitting the high strings, so it gives my pinky or my index finger time to get to where it needs to go. Our next chord is going to be the D chord, and the way that we play that is we take our index finger and we put it in the 2nd fret of the G. We take our middle finger, put it in the 2nd fret of the high E, and our ring finger goes in the 3rd fret of the B, and we're going to strum from the D string down. And if you're hitting the open A, that's okay. It's not a big deal because the A note is actually in the D chord. I do think it's a good idea to do your best to only strum those 4 strings, but a 5-string D chord doesn't sound bad either. So it's not the end of the world if you're hitting that A string. So now a good idea is just to practice strumming in between all of those chords. And as you're practicing and strumming and mixing up the order of the chords, I promise you, you're gonna play some stuff that you recognize. There are a ton of songs that are in this key. That's why I called it the People's Chords. It's the People's Key. It's the key of G major. And you're going to have a lot of fun with these chords. Do me a favor. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of the video. Also, let me know in the comments below if there's anything that you would like to learn. And if you like the video, run up and bear hug the like button for me. And remember, practice doesn't necessarily make you perfect, but it can make you okay. We'll see you on the next one.